Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. Words matter. Big Woke could be fighting MVP ladies. And y'all say, where you getting that from, Hood? Nowhere in particular. I'm just saying words matter. Because she's banned from MVP events. She's not banned from fighting MVP fighters. The words matter, right? Let's take a look at this again. MVP is aware of the incidents during MVP's Rousey versus Carano event on Saturday night involving physical contact between Big Woke towards AB. Right here. MVP maintains a strict zero tolerance when it comes to hostile, threatening, or aggressive behavior towards fighters. Blah, 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 blah. Come on down here where it says, effective immediately. Clarissa Shields is banned from all MVP events until further notice. This is what I'm keying in on. It doesn't say they won't make fights with Clarissa Shields. She's banned from the events until further notice. There is a time and place for physically. Okay, yeah. So see, it doesn't say anything at all about her not being able to fight the ladies. It just says there's a time and place for fighter tension and banter. And then it comes down here, they're just thanking everybody. So again, she's going to be able to fight her. Now, you take a look at Clarissa Shields and AB. A lot of people say this is why she's jealous of AB. Because she looks at AB, she sees the physique, she sees the confidence, she sees that a lot of people admire Alicia Baumgartner for her commitment to fitness. And just look, I'll say this real quick. AB works out. AB diets. But AB has been gifted with great genetics. So when you're someone like Baumgartner who gives 100% to the sport, from diet to everything, right? And you have the genetics, she's going to look like that. Okay? If she never worked out, she would still look good. Not like this, but she would still look good because she has genetics. I've known a lot of people, man, friends growing up, guys and girls, they just have genetics, man. They just got muscles and shit. Eat whatever they want, and no matter what, they still look in really good shape. But when you really work out and you diet it and you start to cultivate that, then you start to look like AB. Now, for those who are wondering, well, what caused all this to pop off? I mean, unless you've been sleeping underneath a rock, you would know that all the drama, this is what caused the bullshit.
I was in your way.
Get out the way. I want to get in there. No. World star.
Not right now.
I'll referee. I'm qualified to be a referee.
That's right. So that slap is what caused Clarissa Shields to get banned. But I'm just telling you, man, just because you're banned from MVP events, it doesn't mean that you're banned from fighting MVP fighters. So for those of you who are saying, if you're banned from an event, that means you'll never ever fight any of those fighters. Hood, you're wrong. Look, not necessarily true. Okay, so hold your horses and let's not take it to the stupid. Y'all know what we're dealing with here? Professional boxing. Unlike most sports. Shit is all about the Wu-Tang Cream, cha-ching-ching, dollar bill, y'all. You get all these promotional companies out here, man. They regularly negotiate with one another when there's enough financial incentive. You're telling me Clarissa Shields facing someone on MVP won't provide the financial incentive that would make someone like Jake Paul say, well, let me stop and take a look at this. It's really all about money. Boxing is prize fighting. And if the prize is great, more than likely, the fight will be made. And history has shown rival promoters can work together, especially when enough money is involved, broadcasters agree, fighters want the bout, and contractual issues can be resolved. And more than likely, it would take a letter of apology or something from Clarissa Shields. Because to be honest, Jake Paul, him, MVP, ESPN, all of his connections with his network. The MVP is up and away. They don't need Claressa Shields. Claressa Shields needs them. I know she has her own thing going on with win records and Zeus and all that, but there ain't no comparison. There's no comparison. But at the end of the day, the fans, we want to see great fights. We want to see real fights. Claressa is now down in weight, well, going down in weight, dropping 40-plus pounds to get down to 160. She might as well just, maintain a healthy lifestyle and hang around down there and look to make some fights with some of the MVP ladies. Now, for those of you who are saying, well, who could she possibly fight over there at MVP? Well, I'm going to show you. Okay? This is at 168 pounds. You got Raquel Miller. Okay? A very, very good fighter. 14-0 with 6 KOs. She could fight her. She already fought Savannah Marshall. A lot of us thought there should have been a rematch. It's a very good fight, very competitive fight. Claressa didn't come in there and blow her out the water or nothing. But Claressa was just able to up it, in most of the rounds and edge her out. And Shadesha Green, of course, she's getting herself back together. She went through a lot in her last fight, the lead up to that fight. But Shadesha Green is still a name out there because she plans on returning. And I'll leave it as that. But right here, you're seeing there's three, I would say, let's say two in a possible, right? Savannah, the rematch, but it seems like she's done with boxing. I don't know what she's doing. But the rematch would still be interesting. And then Raquel Miller, a lot of people don't know who she is, but she's 14-0 with 6 KOs. Let's click on this and see what's going on here. There she is, right? She is about, it says she's about 5'7", but it would make for a good fight, her and Clarissa Shields. They call her Pretty Beast, 2012 Women's World Championship silver medalist. Turned pro in 2016 and captured the WBA interim super welterweight world title. Okay, so Raquel Miller is legit. But again, this is an MVP fighter. Does that mean anything? I mean, to me it does. Because Clarissa's fighting Kay Scott. So why not just come and fight one of these ladies? But again, we know right now a little bit of trouble in paradise. And Savannah Marshall, Shadesha Green, you guys know who they are. Then you got at 160 pounds where Clarissa's at, she's fighting Destiny Robinson. Now, for those who are saying, well, Kay Scott's not on here because Kay Scott's not signed to MVP. You see, these are women Clarissa could be fighting. But Destiny Robinson, she's also from Australia. Kay Scott is from Australia. Talk about, I'm telling you what's going to happen. If Kay Scott beats Clarissa, which, again, anything's possible, I just don't see it, then Kay Scott would probably fight Destiny Robinson in an all-Australian showdown. Let's see what they say here about Destiny. 12 wins, 3 losses, 4 KOs. She is 5'9". Okay, she's about Clarissa's height. And it just says right here, they call her Lady D. Sorry, Hood Champion has a great sense of humor. The Destroyer. Okay, Lady Destroyer. Australian middleweight boxer who's risen to world championship status. Okay. It says right here. In December 2024, unanimous decision win over Kay Scott. So she beat Kay Scott. Fighting through a middle, right here. Middleweight title. Fractured foot. Okay. So she had a fractured foot. Okay. Opposite stands out as dominant force. Okay. So there you go. That would be a really good fight. That would be a really good fight. I did not know she had a fractured foot. So, okay. So there goes another opponent that Clarissa could possibly fight. And I think it makes great sense. Then if Clarissa decides to maintain a healthy lifestyle, she could fight, a Logan Hall or a Tamara Thibault. But you come on down to super welterweight. Then you got Chantel Cameron, who's going to be fighting. Let me bring this over a little bit. You got Chantel Cameron, you got O'Shea Jones, but Cameron's going to be fighting Michaela Mayer, who's right here. And this is who Clarissa's talking about fighting. But Mayer is going to come up to 154. So Clarissa, depending on MVP and what they want to do, Clarissa could be fighting one of these women. I'm telling you, Cameron is a tough fight. Michaela Mayer is a tough fight. O'Shea Jones just won her last fight. Hold on. Did she was pissed off about something? It was a draw or something like that. Let me look it up real quick. Because I know O'Shea Jones was pissed. I was away. I was on vacation at the time. Uh, let me see. I just know something happened and she was pissed off. It was a split draw. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, it was a split draw. But the bottom line is, these are women that Clarissa Shields can fight. And that Cameron and Michaela Mayer are really good fights for Clarissa. Raquel Miller is a good fight as well. And Destiny Robinson, I think, would make for an interesting fight. But you see, I just went here and showed y'all a bunch of women that Clarissa, as of right now, cannot fight because of what's going on with MVP. But it doesn't mean that they won't do it. It's just with all the drama. I think it's a little bit too early to go and peel the scab back, a partial scab back because the wound hasn't fully healed. But you better pay attention to the words. You see, a lot of things would have to line up. A lot of things would have to line up before they would go and make what I would call this like a cross-promotional fight with Clarissa Shields. She's just said so many crazy things about Jake Paul, about MVP, about the women, how she doesn't need them, she doesn't this. It's ridiculous. But at the same time, I could care less what they're talking about. I'm going to sit here and do my videos and just talk about, what it would look like if they were able to work together. But I do think stars have to line up. Fighters have to want the bout, first of all. Promoters have to agree. Television partners have to agree. Financial terms have to make sense. And the sanctioning bodies are involved. They got to make the approval where applicable. You know what I'm saying? And I think the big thing here is egos. Who's the A side? Who's the B side? The purse splits. Clarissa, her confidence is ridiculous. She wake up in the morning and she shit ego eggs. You know what I mean? If she was a goddamn chicken, she'd be laying ego eggs. You know what I mean? For real. She like Yoshi and shit. It's ridiculous the way she out here feeling that everyone is less than her. You know what I'm saying? And she's the all omnipotent, 2 gold medals, all the world titles. That shit is outdated. You know what I mean? Clarissa, that shit is old. It's outdated. Done. That shit's stale now. You need something fresh. She doesn't have it. But coming down to 160, she gets a fresh start. And if she changes that attitude, who knows? If there's some money involved, maybe they would make the fight with her. But right now, I think Jake Paul is like, look, we don't need her. Just like she's saying she doesn't need him. But we as the fans, we'd like to see these matchups. You know what I'm saying? Because I understand business considerations often determine whether a fight happens more than, just the boxing ability alone. It's all about the money. All about the money. Now, if Clarissa were to fight someone like Michaela Mayer, I think Mayer has a good chance. It would have to be at the right weight, which now Clarissa's at 160, Mayer's at 154. There's no reason for that fight not to happen. Again, this is just assuming. This is hypothetical shit I'm talking right now. Assuming they all come together and work it out to make a fight. But Mayer, footwork, jab, combination punching, ring IQ. Many, many fighters, male and female, speak highly of Michaela Mayer. They say she can bring it. She can fight. But Clarissa has the physical strength, championship experience, inside fighting, adaptability, and she's just got demon. But most analysts are always going to view Shields as a favorite if they meet at an agreed weight. But I'm going to tell you, they also recognize that Mayer's boxing ability will make her a difficult tactical opponent. Now, as far as Shadesha Green, we're just talking hypothetically. Shadesha Green can return back to being 100%. But we already know the power, the athleticism, and the willingness to exchange is there. We know what Clarissa Shields can do, man. Proven ability over long fights. I just think, I'm talking about a healthy 100% Shadesha Green. You got a really competitive fight. And I just think the matchup would attract significant interest because both have competed at similar weights. And a lot of people still feel Shadesha Green, they felt that she had that kryptonite for Clarissa. Right now, a little bit different, I understand. But we're just hypothetically, if Shadesha can get back to being 100%, what she was before the Lonnie Daniels fight, whatever happened leading up to the fight and during the fight, none of that ever happens. Let's just sit all that aside. I still think Shadesha Green would have been that kryptonite for Clarissa. Now, Clarissa and Raquel Miller, I just think Raquel Miller's got physical strength. I just think she provides an interesting challenge. It could be all about positioning and strength, and just for Miller to just try to work on her speed to not get caught with no shit by Clarissa. Because one thing about Clarissa, she's got timing, she got speed, and she got demon. Then O'Shea Jones, kind of the same thing. You got to worry about Clarissa's fundamentals and speed, especially down at the lower weight. O'Shea would probably have to cut that ring off on Clarissa and try to, be more effective than Franchon was by being physical. But again, Clarissa's strong. The women talk about benching 185. I think she deadlifts, I don't know what she said, 300, some shit, man. Who knows? I just know Clarissa has gotten strong, but it's cutting weight now. She's not going to be as strong. But Savannah Marshall, the rematch, if Savannah Marshall can get active again, people are going to favor Clarissa. But it would make for an interesting storyline. And I still think it's one of the biggest fights in women's boxing. They just want to see if Savannah's going to make the tactical adjustments, establish the range more effectively, and whether Shields can repeat her success. Chantel Cameron, this is the biggest question. This is the biggest question. Because you talk about a high-level technical contest between two accomplished champions. That is a good fight. But Cameron's going to be fighting Michaela Mayer. You would think if she beats Mayer, that would be someone Clarissa would be looking to fight. But if Mayer beats her, Clarissa and Mayer are already friends. Maybe Jake Paul says, hey, yeah, she's banned from the events, but she's not banned from our fighters. We'll make the fight. I don't know. And then there's Desley Robinson, the other Australian, who I think is an interesting matchup. But that being said, the business and the bad blood. I don't know, man. What I'll tell you is, when it comes to these promoters and fighters and these rifts that they have, if the demand is high, people work together. If the financial upside is significant, people work together. If both fighters want to match up, people tend to work together. But at the same time, some proposed fights never happen. They just don't. Riddick Bowe, Lennox Lewis, never happen. And that's because business interests never align, or the fighters don't want it. And right now, looking at it, I know some of those women on MVP, they would want to fight Clarissa. But Jake Paul, Nikisa, and just the whole MVP leadership over there, they ain't really feeling Clarissa Shields right now. I mean, she has done and said a lot of crazy shit. So let her go be a baddie and let her do her thing over there. Because I really feel that over there on MVP, they feel like they don't need her. You know what I'm saying? Because the biggest obstacle, it's not MVP. It's Clarissa's attitude. And that's why she's in the position she's in. She may say, nah, I'm a superhero. I'm up and away. Yeah, you handyman. You handyman. Or you blank man. You know what I'm saying? Don't underestimate the power of the Andy Pep. That's what you are. But you did it to yourself. Putting all these obstacles in your way of establishing what could be potentially big money dream fights. It's crazy. It's not contracts, it's not television rights, it's nothing. It's your attitude. Anyway, we'll see if it becomes a reality. Her champion's not holding his breath. But I got to talk about hypotheticals, because it's just a conversation anyway. And all those women's names I mentioned, they deserve to be mentioned because they all get busy. It's just Big Groat's crap has overshadowed the entire women's boxing. And that's all we talk about. So I'm making an effort to shed a little light on the other ladies. But at the end of the day, y'all ladies got to find a way to get your profiles up. Because Clarissa, whether you like her or not, she got all the attention. And I'm not saying doing what she doing, but y'all got to find a way to raise y'all profiles, because goddamn, she got people from all 7 continents talking about her. And it's not positive, but they're talking. Y'all keep cool. I'm in the breeze.